just like bread. I talk about bread from different mother. I never leave the skies and I work on the cover. I suck your energy, to reduce all your power. To all of my friends, them two words matter. If you treat your life like a computer hacker. Okay. If you treat your life like a computer hacker. Me have a few friends, me not the more than that. It was friends, me love them solid as a rock. And me when they want come stabbing on me back. And they want them when need me when them life walk. You can't buy me friendship like a style if you want me to watch up. And I buy back if you still me have a picture of one me record that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time. It's finally here. It's finally back. Welcome to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's 2026 Indianapolis 500 Virtual. Oh, it's great to be back here in Indy. And to get this race back going, it is simply lovely. We cannot wait to get these engines fired up and ready to go for the returning Indy 500 Virtual 100 laps. That's on the count. And only one driver will be drinking the milk at the end who will call himself the winner. What an amazing qualifying we've had all week long. It's been bump day for 7 days straight. After 65 drivers, we count down the top 33. They had to set 35 laps, and they also had to put in the top 33 fastest times. It was so competitive, and it was all about the draft all week long. Well, if you want an example, top 33 separated by 4 tenths. So now we have a different dynamic here of drivers. We have a lot of new drivers, a lot of OGs of CMRSC. It's going to be such a unique dynamic. It was the most competitive race to get into this week and in the history of CMRSC. And we're going to get underway here today. We're 3 minutes away from qualifying. And we're going to find out who is our pole sitter for the 500. If you're excited just as much as I am, get subscribed right away because this is what CMRC is all about. We are going to have some fun here today. The drivers putting in their last bits of practice, and we're going to get set for action here very soon. You do not want to go away anytime soon. Qualifying is only going to last 5 minutes long. You blink and you'll miss it, but you're going to expect some of this kind of racing. Proper pack racing all the way to the checkered flag. This is going to be such an awesome event. I have been so hyped. It was a decision to bring this one back, or we decided to put 5 rounds in Formula 4, and we were like, we want to give the drivers a treat. And this is going to be some of the best racing we're going to see. Now, there's going to be a lot of crashes. There's going to be drivers in the wall. There's going to be drivers flying over the catch fence. So everyone here at the Indy crowd had to sign a waiver to say, hey, if my head gets taken off, I am not suing CMRC. I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for the culture. And that's what all this pack stands are looking like, even though there are some spots that are empty, realizing they'd rather, you know, save their life over watching some Indy 500 racing. But to the drivers here, they're going to give us a show like no other. We cannot wait for it. So we are very close to the start of qualifying. It's going to be a single car qualifying session in Indy. So 4 consecutive laps, your average lap time is going to produce your grid. We're not going to be watching it live. We're going to be watching it over on the timing screen. We're going to switch to that in just a moment there, but we'll get one car on track. But welcome to the biggest race we've had in quite a while. This has been the biggest Indy 500 virtual we have ever seen in our history. 2022, we've had about maybe 18 or so drivers. 15 drivers showed up for 2023. But then after that, 2024, we had to cancel out. Not many drivers just wanted to do Indy, and we skipped it. 2025, same ordeal, but we're back this year, and it's going to be pretty iconic what goes down here this time around. That is how it's going to look there. Let's actually refresh the page so you can see all these drivers on track and putting in their lap times there. So we're going to be watching this screen for qualifying as we go through it, and we find out who's going to take pole position. So it's going to be some very, very exciting action. I will have to rejoin into the session, but we're going to keep an eye on this screen right here. Let's quickly... So apologies there for the mic. We're good now. So that's the timing board you're going to see there. And let's talk to some of the drivers here. All right, well, as we wait for it, I think it is time to get the festivities underway here, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Indy 500. Please rise for the national anthem. Well, we're going to get racing here very shortly, but it's not Indy without back home again in Indiana. Well, let's get started, shall we?
Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still burning bright through the sycamores for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance through the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, how I long for my Indiana home.
Here we go. It is time to get qualifying underway. It's game on for Indy. Here we go. Fans are loving it. That's going to give me copyright. Let's get this one underway, shall we? It's Indy. It's time. Qualifying officially underway. I think that was Elvis. Yeah, no, let's not get copyrighted here. Game on. Game absolutely on for Indy. Who's taking it? Who is taking qualifying here in pole position? All right, qualifying has begun. There's no way to figure out if you do get pole, so just keep racing out there. Keep driving until qualifying completes. That's what you got to do. So, only a 5-minute session, so the drivers do have a good bit of work to go here. Lots of work now. And they just have to complete straight 4 laps. If they do take each other out, well, it's only a single car qualifying session, so some work to do here. So we are going to be waiting for quite a while until we actually get those laps in very shortly. So it's still going to show up as best laps, but we're not going to actually get those proper laps down right away. So you're going to see that one column there, qualifying time. That will get updated momentarily. So 2 minutes, 35 seconds left to go. There you see Daniel Matos, Lewis Walker, Christian Romao, your faster drivers here in the early goings here in qualifying. Still time left to go. I see in chat cheering on Jaden Harrison. He did just have a bit of issues getting his car moving out of pit lane, but he has done so he's good to go. Couple drivers still entering into the session. They might be missing out on qualifying. We'll figure out how that goes. And we should be coming up to our proper lap times at the end of this lap. So we're going to figure it out here. Who is going to take it? Who is going to take qualifying? Your average of 4 laps. Just like the real Indy, but they take the average of the speed. We're going to find out here. Minute and 40 seconds left to go. So it's really just one run that they have here now. And I think we're going to finally get our qualifying times here crossing the line. I think Daniel Matos, maybe those first drivers to come around here. And yes, it is. So Daniel Matos, a 38.8 for his qualifying there. Christian Romao will take pole position. Gabriel Prado, 38.677. So Romao on pole position. That's what it's looking like. Mike Van Dorn, P3, Keimani, and Cody Lawrence, 38.6. Tops out qualifying there. And look how close the margins are getting.
Oh, come on. Don't put a dude on blast just because he's wearing...
Here we go. Wow.
What a weird crowd we got here today.
Times all coming in. 1 minute to go. All drivers still completing their lap time. Some of them missed the first lap there, so we're going to be waiting till quite the very end. And we figure out how this one's going to turn out. But Cody Lawrence on the front row alongside Christian Ramau. They're very familiar next to each other when it comes to qualifying, especially in the Formula 4 Sprint Championship. Keimani 4th, Gabriel Prado newcomer here, as well as Sergio Vincent P5, Maximilian 6th, Mike Van Doren 7th, Morales 8th, Giuseppe 9th, and Eamon rounding out your top 10. 10 seconds left to go in qualifying. Any last drivers to set those laps here to finally complete it off here. Just like that, though, qualifying is complete. Checkered flag is out. So the drivers hustling now, seeing what they can do in the allocated time. But right now, it's looking Lawrence here at Indy for pole. He's already into the pits. We're going to get the official proper grid order very soon. How much time the race will be? Well, right now, the race is top of the hour here in 5 minutes. So get ready for it. We're just finishing up qualifying. And we're going to get ready for the big one here. So qualifying's done. Qualifying complete. Congratulations, your top 3: Cody Lawrence, Christian Ramau, Keimani Niang. All right, so it's finally time. It's been a long wait. It's been a lot of practice to get to this moment here. You've done all the practice, but just understand this is a long race. We could take anywhere near from an hour and 10 minutes to about an hour and 45 minutes. You just got to stick in there. It's a long race, and, well, I'll tell you as somebody who's watched Indy a lot, it's all about saving the fuel and keeping it alive till you get to about the final 10, 15 laps or so. Then the party really starts to begin. So this should really look like a boring race, but have fun out there. We're going to be watching the safety cars and incidents. Now, I will tell you right now, if you hit the wall and you fly out this arena, rest in peace. You're dead. You can't get in back on it. If you flip, if Assetto Corsa teleports you into the pits, if you flip or if you get taken out the race, it's a DNF, and we ask to please stay in the pits or exit the session and watch the rest of the broadcast for this one. Other than that, we're going to be very tentative on the virtual safety cars themselves. Obviously, there's going to be people that are going to hit the walls. There are going to be people that may be flying off of them. So unless we personally feel like this should be a safety car scenario, that's the only time we'll bring it out. Other than that, though, just remember, race is not won on the first couple of corners here or the first couple of laps. But have fun out there. It's a very, very long race. We're going to have some great strategy. And honestly, just stay patient for this one and enjoy it. 100 laps. We've had a great field out here. Unfortunately, we have missed a handful of drivers who did make the cutoff, who did message me last minute and said they were unable to make the show. So not a full 33, but still happy to get this one underway. You should be on the grid very shortly. It'll be a small timer. It's a 1-lap formation. 100 kilometers is the max. You can use your pit limiter for that one. And yeah, it's just 1 lap, and you're going to be waiting for the green flag on your screen. That's all explained through the Discord, one of the specific threads channels. Other than that, with safety cars, there'll be there's the whole procedure already posted in event briefings, but essentially there's going to be no overtaking once it comes out. We're going to be slowing down our pace. The brakes are very weak on these cars, so you want to slow down and make sure you don't run into the guys ahead. If you want to pull off the racing line, try to get the car slowed down as much as possible. Free to do so. Pits are closed right away. I'll be commanding that once a safety car does come out, if it does come out. And pits will be closed. They'll only be open back from race directions discretion, so keep an ear open for that. Other than that, though, yeah, let's be patient out there. Let's have a solid race. 2x2 start. Yes, Danny. It is going to be a 2x2 start. So nothing like Indy with 3x3. So the grid formation you're at now, you're staying like that. Once the lights go out, it's 100 kilometers max. You don't want to jump that 100 kph. You will be hit with a drive-through penalty right at the start, and that's not one thing anybody wants. First lap, of course, is going to be voided of a safety car restart if there is a crash. Same thing with restart laps. The rest of the information you need to know is in the Indy 500 virtual channel or the event briefings. You got 2 minutes here. If you have any separate questions, though, please let me know now. Let's have a good race. Best of luck, and drivers, start your engines. Here we go. So let's take a look at how the grid is looking. Cody Lawrence on pole, followed by Christian Ramau. Keimani Neung, Gabriel Prado, Sergio Vincent, Juho Faraz, Joao, apologies. Maximilian Fleer, we do have an empty spot there. Ilel Morales, Giuseppe. Then we have Eamon Espear, Lewis Walker, Evan Steinberg, Danny Nasseir, Louise Stormayer, Daniel Matos, Pedro, Mike, Andrew Roberts, Kirill, Anthony Smith, Lou, Mark, Jaden Harrison, Regan Milana, Isaias, and Casper. 100 laps of racing here. With 1 minute left to go. Let's get on the screen here. So there you see the safety car light on your screen there. Just gonna remove the warning text here. Let's get that down. And we're gonna get this one underway here. So folks, we're about to get started. Unfortunately not a full 33 car session. But yeah, we also have a commentator for the track itself. So you can kind of hear it in the background. Just another bit of immersion here, but let's do this. I don't know what he talks about half the time. We did hire him from the side of the street. Lights on your screen. We're going to start off this one. Rolling start about to get underway. Do not jump this start. Here we go. All right, rolling start commences now. 2x2 formation, 100 kilometers max. Well, folks, we hope you have enjoyed the early race festivities from the United States National Anthem to back home again at Indiana. It's all time to go racing. This is a 2x2 start, so you shouldn't be passing anybody, and we ask 0 weaving for all the drivers, 0 weaving. Give each other some space. You don't really need to be that closed up until you get to the end of turn 3. So if you want to take a tiny bit of space, you can. Free to do so. You must catch up to the queue. You have to catch up to the queue, so anybody who is not caught up, slightly increase your speed, please. So Kirill, Pedro, you gotta speed up. You gotta catch up, guys. 2x2 only. Stick very close to the pack. Remember, no restarts. We go racing once that flag is dropped. But 100 laps, and we want to say this has been the most competitive race to get into to begin with. So for all you guys in this race, be proud of yourself. And let's have a good one. Some of your dreams may end as early as the end of lap 1. So we hope to see you in future races, but let's try to see if we can get all of you guys to the checkered flag here. Best of luck. I'm not giving the command. You're waiting for a real penalty to give it to you. So best of luck. Once the red light comes on, you want to make sure you're staying at 100 kilometers and you can't increase your speed from there. Good luck. We are now waiting for the drop of the green. Here we go. Christian Ramau pretty far behind Cody Lawrence. But it's time to get this one underway. It's been 3 weeks of prep. Actually, it's been a lot longer than that. Drivers have been preparing this one for a long time. It's finally here. Indy 500 virtual. The red light, it's on. And we go racing. It's green flag at Indy. Cody Lawrence to the lead. Christian Ramau has to watch out for the inside number 10 of Keimani. Behind him, there's Sergio in the background. Very close pack racing between all of them. It's going to be very scruffy from the early goings here. There you see the whole conga line of cars. Actually, it's anything but a conga line. It's like a messy Black Friday opening sale here as they head into 3 for the first time and now into 4. 2x2 formation for all these drivers, and just like that, lap 1 is complete. So Cody Lawrence will lead off this race, and it's going to get spicy. It's 2x2 into second. P2 here, it's 3 wide in the background. Christian Ramau just able to hold on there. There's Farias in his debut race, fastest all week long, and he's got some work to do. So the drivers are going to be really pushing with all their might in this first early going. On board here, trying to get on the inside of Keimani. Very tight there. Trying to get the rear cam. Keimani has to back out. Almost touches the wall. Sergio now going down to the inside, trying to snipe P4. Fastest lap there from Cody Lawrence in this opening stage. And Sergio's going to cut off Farias, and he is going to go up to 4th place. Cody Lawrence, though, he is gone. He's got the break, and now they start to stick down at single file. And one driver already a lap down, it looks like. Farias potentially. Oh, no, Fazio. He's been off circuit. P26. He's by himself. There you see him. Oh, he's got bent damage there. That is trouble. Early goings. Lap car there. Riga Milana. They're going to be catching up to that slow car there. So, Giuseppe, you're going to have to make that one into the pits. Can you climb down the track if you can? Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed. Turn 3. Turn 3 trouble outside. Stick to the inside. Stick to the inside of the circuit. Inside of the track. Slow down your pace to 100 kilometers. So there's that car there. He's trying to limp it to the pits some way, somehow. Well, there was no way that could stand there. So single file. There is zero overtaking. Shuffle yourself back into single file. So there are a lot of those drivers just getting slowed down and catch up to the queue ahead if you did accidentally overtake anyone. You're free to let go of positions. Pits are closed. To Fazio, Giuseppe, you can enter in for damaged repairs. Pits are closed, though, for all drivers. Emergency repairs here for Giuseppe. Safety car light will come on now. If you haven't caught up to the queue, they're entering turn 1, so please just speed up your pace. You're able to go a little bit quicker. Leader, 100 kilometers max, 62 miles. And for the rest of the pack, you're kind of just keeping that speed to stay close to the front. So our first safety car out here. Let's turn up the audio here on Indy. There we go. So our first SC of the day here, and we're going to find out how this one's going. Mark Lewinsky, that's a driver who is now entering. He's in pit lane, actually. We're going to find out. We do have one car who was a lap down, and looks like Regan was able to come around, and he's fine. There's Giuseppe. He's now on pit exit. Mark Lewinsky, that is trouble for him. He's still in the pit lane. So first safety car out of this one. And there is Mark. He's come out, so not too sure what went down for him. All right, Lead lap drivers, please stick to the outside of the track. Please stick to the outside of the track. That's right side, please, right side of the circuit. Regan, you can unlap yourself on the inside. All drivers who are on the lead lap, please stick to the right side of the track. Lap cars will be on the left side. And, oh, Mark, it's a yellow flag, and he's already spun it out on pit exit there. And Giuseppe, I mean, yeah, you could overtake, but you got to wait for my instruction, man. You can't be doing that. That's going to be a warning to you if that happens again. You could be out the race for failing to follow race directions instructions. That's if you did overtake the field. If you didn't, that's fine. So, lap 7, well, it's more like lap 6 here at Indy. And we're under our first caution. 32 concurrent viewers. We're going to get underway in green in just a moment. You don't want to miss out. And Mark is back into pits, taking that advantage there. All right, we can slow down right away. They're just on the exit of 1. And we'll be going green at the end of this lap. So, restart will be under race directions command. You'll be hearing my voice when we go back. It is single file for the restarts. And Krill out of this race. He's called it quits. So our first retirement, and that one I have no idea why and what for. So you can stick back to the middle of the track for the lead pack. You don't need to be up close to the wall anymore, to the right-hand side of the track. You're free to stick to the middle of the track, if you please. There's Mark. Now back in the fray. And, oh, he's almost run into the back of Giuseppe there. Let's go. Back underway here with the restart. Single file for all of them. Green flag, green flag, green flag. Back racing. And oh, there's a crash there. And oh no, that's a big one there. 2 drivers gone. Caught napping, and that's one guy constantly flipping up in the air. And oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's Max. Oh, it's Evan. Wow. That's a huge crash there. Ramau is out of it. That is one of the biggest crashes I've ever seen there. Drivers caught napping through the restart there. An absolute crazy one. Didn't expect it to go. Cody Lawrence leads the restart lap. Voids it, but that's a huge accident. An absolute huge one there. Maximilian out of the Indy 500 on the restart lap, and we're back racing here. That is huge. A lot of drivers now in pit road after that one. A huge moment there. Absolutely huge. Oh my goodness. But we're racing here. Cody Lawrence leads it, followed by Keimani. Lewis Walker as well, and Eamon Esper to 4th. Andrew Roberts. It just looked like on that restart, drivers just, you know, were caught napping. They didn't pay attention, and they just got run into. But it's back underway here, side by side for P5. Anthony Smith, Andrew Roberts. Getting very close side by side with each other, and the pack is very much split apart because of that restart. Wow. Remember, restarts don't come out. A safety car can't come out on a restart lap, and that's just due to cautions breeding cautions. Drivers will constantly try something new, and we've seen it time and time again in sim. So that's one of the rules that the drivers do have to face off against, but it's still hard racing now. Cody Lawrence has that 1.6 lead. There is Lewis Walker, P2. P3, Keimani, P2. So a lot of drivers in pits. They're going to have to find a way to get back in this one. So there is Eamon, who's done a great job of getting back in. And he is up to P4. He was more into the rear of the field. But now we have such a long race now left to go, and we've lost out a couple of drivers who are in pit lane so far. Maximilian, Mike Van Dorn, and Daniel Matos all out of this race early on here, and what a shame it has been. But still underway here, side by side. Casper against Isaias. But look at this, very close together now. Isaias holding on to 10th. Smith out! Anthony Smith's rolled on to the infield, and his race is officially done. Anthony Smith hitting the wall, and that's another one to bite the dust there. That is a huge shame there. One of the newcomers here in CMRSC out in this one. Mike Wynn also out in the infield, hitting the wall, and he's gone as well. He is out. But, I mean, if he can find his way back on the circuit, it's going to be a bit of a maze, and watching out on the crowd, that'd be one way to do it. But meanwhile, Keimani, P2, Lewis Walker, 3rd, Eamon into 4th. Gabrielle 5th, and Andrew Roberts 6th. Sorry, Anthony Smith was the one that retired earlier. There's Andrew Roberts. Some fresh paint there. Jaden Harrison, P7. Regan Milana still a lap down. There's Mark Lewinsky holding on to 9th. Casper 10th. Trying to climb back through here. And Mike Wynn still off track there. Not too sure what's going on there. There's Sergio making a move there on the lap car of Giuseppe. Into 3. Our drivers are starting to relax here. Couple of battles here and there on board. With Gabrielle chasing down Eamon for 4th. And is that car of Mike still there? Mike is still there. Why is he there? He should have taken it to the pits. To the left-hander. There's Cody Lawrence. 1.7 the difference. And side-by-side action there. Isaias sent up to the high side. Got to avoid the wall. He does so. And Mark going up into P8. And so there's Mike. He's out now. And a long race to go. So 84 laps remaining here in this one. Long one to complete. And And as we continue this one off here, there's Casper still hunting down, trying to get very close here to Isaiah's up ahead. Trying to break the toe. Casper getting close. Does not go for it, but the dirty air will affect him. He understeers out of 1 into 2. Getting very close here. Can he get this move done, Casper? In the 4 on exit, but just very wide there. Nothing can be done. Gabriel Prado, retirement there, and that one I have no idea what went wrong for him. And look at that. From just under 30 drivers, we are down to probably 20 on lap 20. Fair enough. But still, I mean, we kind of expected this, honestly, bringing the Indy 500 back. We knew there were going to be crashes, taking out a lot of drivers. And what a shame that that first safety car restart caught people napping, and it turned into a huge crash. That is a huge shame there for a lot of drivers who put in so much practice, didn't pay attention to the restart. Coming out of turn 4. Look at Eamon here, chasing down Lewis Walker for 3rd. P12, there's something with him. Oh! That is Pedro. He's reversing backwards, and I think he might be gone out of this race too. He might be out. I'm not too sure. Oh, was that trouble for somebody there? I don't think so. So another driver off in that one. Huge shame there. But Eamon putting in some work, trying to get this one done. Question is, can he? Or is he wanting to just save fuel behind Lewis? That would be the big question here. Still very close together. Losing out a little bit of speed there. Eamon. Lewis Walker into 3. And Christian Ramau calling it quits there. He was one of those drivers caught in it, and that is heartbreaking here. So many drivers retiring from that lap 6 one, and well, that kind of hurts my heart there to know that the best racing we had so far with a huge crowd was the first 6 laps, and yeah, that safety car taking out everybody, but that's the name of the game. And we've seen it plenty of times. There's a couple years ago at Indy, exact same thing in the real world that did take place. One simple mistake from one driver not paying attention to the other one's getting way too antsy, and it caused trouble. And that's all she wrote. Keimani P2 there, he's chasing down Cody for P1, but 1.8, long way to go. And Eamon trying to catch back up. More into the background there, Mark Lewinsky, P7. Just under a second from, I think that is Andrew Roberts. Currently sitting P16. Still chasing down lap 25. We're now into lap 26. So 76 laps left to go here at Indy. Try to see that rear cam of what Lewis is watching, and oh, look how close they both get on that outside wall. Very tight there. Trying to break that toe. Lewis Walker Now, it is going to be a bit of a boring race here because it's just a fuel number that the drivers have to save up to. But that's just going to mean we're going to get some green flag pit stops by the end of this one, if it stays green from this. Now, with a couple laps under caution, it has saved up the fuel quite a bit. But leaders are coming up to some lapped cars, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this dynamic will work out, because you don't have to let through the pack. As Giuseppe a lap down. From Sergio up the road. And he's able to go. Back up to the front, lap 28 now, about to enter lap 29. Now, if it was going to be a green flag stint, it would have been right here that you would be considering coming into the pits if you were just going to go flat out from here. So what is Cody Lawrence thinking about? There's Lou on Isaias. Oh, and we have an overtake there, side by side. And Mark Lewinsky going up to 6th place on Andrew Roberts. Getting that one done. And Andrew Roberts maybe come back at it. We'll find out. Cody Lawrence catching up to some lap traffic, and he's going to have a drafting partner to save some fuel. I think that's exactly what he wants to do in this case. Into one. Through two, still very close. And Cody taking it to the inside. Unlapping there. Oh! And Giuseppe's gone. Hitting the wall, and Giuseppe is out of that one. Going wide. That's one less problem to worry about there. All dropping here. Damn, a very tight Indy. Our drivers constantly keep whacking into the walls. Into this one-off special here, and man, it has been such a crazy one out here. There is Mark. I believe he may have just made a pit stop. So now on pit exit, have some fuel now. Whoa, very tight there. Has got going. Lap 32 for our leader. And there's Giuseppe now confirming a retirement. Wow, what early goings here. Not halfway, and we've lost almost half the field from this race. Not being careful, hitting the wall. What a shame. What an absolute shame. But still, 17 concurrent drivers, we believe it is. Oh, 16. Not too sure. But still waiting for those first pit stops here. And we have a bit of a pack up here now for 12th. As they all now see if they can work together here. A little bit of grass being kicked up. Some dirt, and we're going to keep a close eye on the pits as we see Lou. Whoa, that's very tight, very tight. I don't think there was contact there, but that was a hard attack there waiting to go down. Isaiah still leading off this crew of drivers. And I think that's our leader entering into pit lane. Cody Lawrence from the lead. Keimani will follow him. Lewis Walker as well. Eamon will stay out for a lap, but they're probably thinking we need some drafting buddies to stay together. So pit lane busy for your top drivers. Topping up on fuel, new tires. And that is Lou. Oh no, another driver gone. Another driver out of it. And if he can, does he have an engine? No, he's out. Another driver gone from it. Morales, Casper together. And Eamon and Jaden now into the box together. Look at that, side by side there. Both of them entering into the pit lane. Oh, Casper hits the wall. Oh, and he's got suspension damage from it. Trying to enter into the pits from there. Danny Nasseir. His engine's gone. He's out. Wow. What a moment there. Danny Nasseir is out of it. Holy. So another driver gone out of this one. Danny Nasseir, he is out. Cody Lawrence still up the front. Wow. Very hard one here. Lots of hard racing here. So up at the front, there you see. There's those front drivers there. Keimani, Lewis, Cody. Together again. Down the straight, there they go. So a very quiet race now. As these drivers now stick close together here. There is Isaiah's Casper very close together. Casper under the slipstream. Outside move. And he, wow, chops the nose down. Able to hold on there. Still very close here. Isaiah's trying to get back now this time. As we continue out here. Lap 40. Of this one. And on pit exit, there is Sergio. And, oh. We're getting word of something. We're getting word that there may be rain in the area. Is that right? We have rain in the area. Rain race control may be looking into a red flag, potentially, from this one. And if that's a red flag, that could maybe change up the game, potentially. That could be very interesting here. Red flag, red flag, red flag. The session is going to be at an immediate stop. We have rain in the area. We have rain in the area. We're going to ask all drivers to take it to the pits. It's a red flag. It is going to be a red flag. All drivers to head to the pits immediately. There it is. So we got the call. A red flag from this one. So all drivers, please head to the pits now. All drivers to the pits. And oh, look, another car there at the end. So red flag out here. So red flag out here. All right, folks. So a red flag is out. A red flag is out. You can bring your backup cars. We're going to restart this one with 60 laps to go. We'll be restarting it at 60 laps to go. So if you got the backup cars, bring them back out. Bring them back out of the garage. You're able to use them. So we're going to ask all drivers in their pit box. And please await for further instructions. So a red flag here at Indy due to some of the rain in the local area. And we did see it in the real world, no doubt. And I think it's just going to be a passing cloud here. That's what we're seeing. So we're seeing the storm pass by. So we should be underway momentarily. Well, well, well. This has been an interesting one, to say the least. So, as we're waiting for further instruction from our race direction behind the scenes, we're going to figure out what goes down here. All right, at this time for all drivers in the session, the server will be restarted. It'll open up a 10-minute practice session going into a 60-lap race. The current order that the red flag was out with, they will be returned to your regular spots, and the remaining drivers will shuffle behind in an unofficial order. So, the session will now be reset, and we'll let you know when it's back up. It'll be back up very, very quickly. So, what an interesting one. Red flag out here into this one.
And you want to talk about drifting? Oh man, is it fun? And they don't ruin the tires because it's a slick facility.
Out of all this has gone on here, waiting for the weather, excuse me, to pass by here, and the cloud is moving by quick. And we heard from race direction there that it'll be a 60-lap run from this point on. And the session is up. The session is up. So, the restart out here, cloud clearing. And we wait now to get back in it here. All right, we're going to wait. We're going to try to get you guys back in the session. If you haven't left, well, congrats. Going to be back in it for this restart here. Now, the official order will go down as the red flag order, and then the rest of the grid will go down into a single file order from there. So all drivers, you can enter back into the session here. So, back under here, and we're going to get this grid back going and underway for the final 60 laps of this race. So, in terms of the order and what goes down, it'll all be done from race director's discretion. So you just got to listen and be careful of what we're about to do here. All you're doing now is entering back into the session. We'll give you guys a minute more, and we'll be on to the grid. So, under this red flag period, cloud going away. I would suggest restarting Content Manager, giving it a refresh, and giving it a second before you click join in. Lots of people joining in at the same time, so that might be the reason.
Dudes up on that go-go stage, and let me tell you, that's the last thing anybody wants
to
see. Come on, this is
under the restart here, about to get underway for this one. The first time, that's for sure.
So we can get this next lady out there. There we go.
That's for sure, and they got the commentator yapping in our ears. More of a yapper than me. So, looks like the sky is getting back to clear, sunny days, so I think we're going to get back into racing here in just a moment, but our red flag out and back now into, excuse me, sunny sky conditions. And we're going to get this one underway here. You don't want to go anywhere as we're about to get this one back underway. With the rest of practice. And then 60 laps. Once these clouds and all these drivers are back on their cars, we're back going for it. So, we're going to get underway here. All right, grid's going to get loaded up now. All right. Please listen very closely for the next few words I got to say here. We have an official order of the restart for only the drivers under the red flag conditions. So, that's going to include Cody Lawrence starting up. It's going to be a single file restart. Cody Lawrence, Keimani Nyang, Lewis Walker, Eamon Nasseir, Mark Lewinsky, and we're going to go down from the red flag order. After that, then it's going to be the rest of the drivers on the grid. You can see it's not staggered here. So you're just going to be driving off from the order you're at right now, and you're going to go into single file. So just to give you an example there. Could be Daniel Matos, then Mike Wynn. I see an empty spot. Then it would be Regan, then Lou, then Andrew Roberts.
Got a gang of drivers ready to duke it out for you. Because every driver here is going to try to blow the doors off.
And yeah. So we'll put it down to about a lap or two until we actually get all the cars properly formatted in formation single file for this one.
Some guy bumped the table 3 or 4 times. The DJ actually is pretty cool about it, but you can see he was getting ticked off. Of course, then the guy spilled his whole cup on the mixer.
So, right in the start of this one here, we're going to get everybody to roll off to the grid in single file formation. Actually, no, apologies. No, this is what we're going to do. Everyone's going to stay in your grid slot. When I call your name, you're going to be driving 100 kilometers max. That's what we're going to go in here. We're basically just going to get the red flag order back into normal, and then we're going to be rolling from there. So at the start here, the only drivers who are going to pull out of their grid slot is going to be Cody Lawrence, and then we're going to follow it up with Keimani Nyang, and then Lewis Walker. That's going to be the drivers in that order, and we're going to do it one at a time. The rest of the drivers, if you don't hear your name, you're staying in your grid slot, and we're going to try to get this one and done, and we're going to have ourselves an Indy I think we all deserve. 35 seconds. Cody, you're going to be the first one right away who's just going to go to 100 kilometers, and it'll treat it like a safety car.
guys are just a little lively. Come on, everybody back up a little bit.
So, Cody, you'll be the first one to go at 100 kilometers. I will call out names next. Do not leave your grid slot from here. Do not leave your grid slot. Stay staggered and stay frozen on track. So, Cody, you're free to go. Kaimani, Nyung, you can go now. So just pull out of your grid box. Kaimani, do we have you? Yeah, it's going to be pretty tight just exiting out there. Lewis Walker, you are next. Eamon Espear, next. Mark Lewinsky. Jaden Harrison next. So once you catch up to the field, it's just 100 kilometers and it's treated like a safety car. So Jaden, you're catching up to the field now. You can pick up your pace. It's not a rolling start, so you won't get a jump start whatsoever. Morales, you are next. Casper Teshiaki, you're next. Andrew Roberts. Regan Milana. Isaias. Sergio. Lou. And now the rest of the pack, you can start moving now. So Gabrielle, you can start going. Anthony Smith next. Daniel Matos, Mike Wynn. Remember, it's just single file from here, no overtaking each other. Let's try to shuffle up into a line here, and then you're free to go. So single file from here, and let's line up for the restart. So there's no official order, so just get lined up together. All right, Cody, you can put it to 100 kph now, and we'll go for one lap formation under the yellow. So 100 kilometers for the leader and everyone behind, you're just giving yourself a bit of space, and it's single file. And you see a jumble of cars behind, so just kind of shuffle your way together since it's not qualifying order. And we'll restart on the next lap, and I'll give you the command. We're going to ask for no weaving. And let's get back going for this restart. So, with rain cleared and back going, it's 62 laps. So, I'll mark it. We should be 60 laps for the restart. We're getting this one back and racing here. restart it on this lap on the front straight, and I'll give you your command when to get ready. Let's not have a repeat of what happened in the last restart. Now, I think everyone who is retired from the wall, I think you now understand to not touch the wall, get anywhere near that wall. So be very careful out there. So drivers on the back straight, middle back straight, entering 3. So you want to be slow enough for that. And for our drivers up at the front, single file, please. Let's get single file together now. Single file. Now just keep in mind how that last restart went. So if you want to make a tiny bit of space between cars, you're free to do so. Whatever you feel comfortable with, but obviously don't slam on the brakes either. All right, let's get ready for the restart now. So here we go. Restarting here after the red flag sequence. Get ready for it. We're gonna get ready for racing here. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready. Green flag, green flag. And we are off here in 2 cars going spinning. And they're all destroyed in the back. That sucks. Cody Lawrence in the lead. Kimani P2, Lewis Walker 3rd, Jaden Harrison 4th with Regan and Isaias. And there's Pedro. He's got a puncture there. Maximilian, he's gone. Mike Van Dorn, Evan Steinberg. Back at the front, though, and we're racing. If you have a damaged car limping to the pits, just take it to the pits. Just teleport to the pits. If you have to limp the car. You can make it back on track. You can drive back on track. If you have to teleport, you can just make it back on track. So Cody Lawrence leading off. Kemani 2nd, right behind him. Lewis Walker, Jaden Harrison in 4th. Regan Milana 5th, Isaias in 6th place. And oh no, is that that's Mark. Oh, he's in the wall there. Mark, you just got to teleport that car into the pits. There's no use driving it around. You can come back on track after, but just teleport it into the pits. You're causing more of a hazard to all these drivers by doing that. Up at the front, though. Top 4 all together. There's Kaimani up the inside. No, just not go for it. Mark, take that car into the pits. And clearly ignoring race direction, so he's gone. So, this front pack's still very close together and still stuck there. I don't understand why not take it into pit lane. There, your lead pack there. He finally has. And Cody Lawrence and the rest of the pack catching up to some of the cars in the rear. Look at this pack. So this is now going to get very close up here on this restart. And we have a lot of time left to go. 58 laps remaining. I'm sorry, 56 laps. 56 left to go here in this one. Jaden Harrison following behind on this pack. The Jamaican out here chasing down the Frenchman on board. A lot of smoke on the pit exit. I don't know who that is. Oh, there he is. Eli Morales. Morales, you gotta slow down. He's got speakers for tires. All right, Morales, you're gonna have to come to a stop there. He's got a lot of damage. I would say just stop, take it to the pit so you can come back out after. Lots of damage there from him. There's Lewis Walker, P2. Cody Lawrence is already pulling himself a bit of a gap there. Up ahead, there's Pedro. Side by side here, Isaias. Look at Isaias. Oh, we get very close there. On the outside, cannot get it done there. Trying everything to get past the Canadian here. Anthony Smith, he is gone out of this one. There's Lou around the outside, trying to get this one done. Meanwhile, at the front, Keimani hustling up. Very close to this front pack here, your closest battle we have. Both of them don't want to let up an inch whatsoever. Oh! Feeling that somebody let through. Yep, Lewis out. Hits the wall and he's gone. Another driver maybe out of it there. I think it was Eamon. Yes, it was. So Eamon out of this one. Isaiah's also out of this one here. Very tight up at the front. So close here up at this front. But now it's going to be just a fuel number here. There's Mark. He's probably going to hold on to this pack of drivers. Cody Lawrence is just going to sit back here, save some fuel, as the rest of the pack stays close. Look at Lewis Walker, just getting that bit closer out here. Very close together. Look in the back there. Keimani on the inside, letting, I don't know, maybe he just let through somebody. Whoa, was that Regan who just touched the wall there? I don't know. Jaden Harrison, though, could potentially get third here. Out out of this fight. Up at the front. Who is that? Almost touching the wall there. There's Pedro. Kind of stuck in this pack here, trying to keep the lead lap. Keimani, though, tries to get a move done on the inside. Does so. So there's your pack, very close together. Cody Lawrence, oh wow, look at that. Mark Lewinsky wanting his lap back. Free to do so, but he's got to play it safe. Albie understeers, don't tap the wall there. Cody Lawrence, though, able to gap it and get away for the time being, but that slipstream. Mark's going to get right back on him to try to unlap himself. So far, a single file affair for all these drivers here close together. And oh, in the background there, side by side, there's Jaden Harrison trying to get through. So 45 laps to go into now well past the halfway point of this race. Still a long way to go. Very much so. Here in this Indy 500 virtual, a chaotic one to say the least, because people just getting it wrong on restarts. Nobody wanted to give an inch. Let's go on board with Keimani. He's got Jaden Harrison behind him. They're battling for P3. A little bit of lag that looked like there. Shouldn't be too crazy. But very close together now onto the back straight, just saving fuel. Probably have about maybe 10 laps left in the tank. And they might be throwing it straight into pit road by the end of it. We'll see how that one turns out to be. Behind them, there's Regan Milana. He's next to overtake P17. Almost close to that wall there. On the outside, P11 there. Roberts, he's out. Tapping the wall, his race is complete. Close together here. So up at the front, there's still Cody Lawrence, who dominates this one. Lewis Walker, P2, is 1.3 behind. And they're still waiting now to come together here for the first set of pit stops. A lot of drivers close together here. There's Jaden Harrison still sticking on to the podium here at the moment. And, oh, very close there. Thought he hit the wall for a second. On the back straight, there you see he's got that gap there. Next up is Regan Milana. It's of course that one lap car, so he's got a lot of clean air behind him, and just now to focus onto the front. Into one. Up ahead, is that Cody Lawrence? Yes, it is. Mark Lewinsky wanting his lap back. Doing everything. They're side by side. So Cody Lawrence with a lapped car having to fight Lewis Walker. This is music to his ears, and look at the gap. 6/10. 6/10 the difference here. Totally legal here in Indy for Mark to try to get his lap back. Costing Cody Lawrence some precious time out here, but now half a second with this gap. It's going to get very interesting here. And oh, Mark hits the wall. Is that damage? I can't tell. Doesn't look like that much damage did go down there, but could be suspension. Could potentially be suspension as Lewis Walker tries to get to the rear. Dirty air for Lewis. Lewis is gone. Lewis is out of the race. Oh, dirty air caught him. Hits the wall. Broke the suspension. He's gone. And a close attempt there. Whoa, look at the front there. Momentarily, that's another driver off. Who was that? I don't know who that was. Narrow McLaren, it looked like. That is another retirement there, topping the wall. The dirty air playing a huge factor in this race. Now Jaden Harrison up to second place. There's Lewis. He's back on track now, but back in the rear. Huge shame for him. Cody Lawrence, though, now with a 2.2 second lead. With Regan Milana fourth, Kaimani Young third, Gabriel Pardo fifth, Eamon out. Looks like he may be out for a second time. Trying to rejoin back in potentially. In the rear pack there, trying to get to them. That's your battle for P15. Look at that. But I think Pedro might be a lap down from their fight. There's Regan, P4. Regan Milana not going for the overtake there. His livery, bit of a special one. If you remember the But overall, though, Regan just saving fuel. But yes, as I was saying, here, P13 to P10. Looks like, yeah, there they are together. But meanwhile, we're coming up to a fuel stop here. Could be the final fuel stop. If they can get a caution, that would be. So 34 laps left to go. Mark Lewinsky heading out the section there. Cody Lawrence still up at the front. Let's go down to P10 here. On to this battle here, and we're still waiting for pit stops to get underway. I gotta imagine, when will that happen? And when it does, how is this race gonna turn out? There's Cody Lawrence. He passes Christian Rahul. Rahul sitting down in 14th position. So when does Cody make his mark to jump into pit lane? Is that this lap? Yes, it is. So Cody Lawrence from the race lead. He is in. Jaden Harrison also coming in. Keimani will stay out. So Keimani leading this one. So he's left to navigate this race all by himself at the front. But Cody, he's going to be working with some drivers here. And he's going to have a good set of drivers to stick close together with. But now Keimani's got a long way here. And oh, Pedro up at the front. I think he might be pitting this lap. So hopefully that one lap staying out helped him out to at least get close to Cody Lawrence. But there he is on pit exit. So work to do for Lawrence. He's going to be by himself. There's Jaden Harrison and Gabriel Prado. And there's Kirill P5. Now into the front straight. There is Keimani still in pit lane. Waiting for this car to be topped up and ready to get back out. And there he goes. So, Cody Lawrence is going to be coming up fast, and he's going to overtake him, so Lawrence will go back up to the lead. But now it's your battle for second. How close can Keimani hold on? And there's your gap. So back underway for Keimani. He'll have a lap less than those other cars, or a lap more, I should say, than those other cars that just pit on the lead lap. So it's going to get interesting now. What's going to go down here? Cody Lawrence and the rest of the drivers here have one lap less of fuel. Will that affect the end of this race? Could this be a potential fuel number here early on? And is Cody going to save some fuel? Let's listen in. Fourth gear, and yes, he is. So Cody Lawrence on a very aggressive fuel save. In fact, I think he's doing that because he's trying to get somebody to get the draft on him. And there is Jaden Harrison. Yes, so Cody immediately realizing he cannot do this alone, and he's going to need some dancing partners here for this one. Here he is weaving, trying to let him know that I am friendly. There's Keimani. Maybe he can enter into this fuel save pack. And they're going to try to work together to the very end, and they're going to stay as temporary teammates, essentially. It's game on here. So Jaden Harrison, Cody Lawrence together. Up ahead, Mike Van Dorn. Of course, P15, and well, he's going to have some work to do. If he wants to catch back around, and a lucky safety car may have to do it for him. But Cody still in the lead of this one. And oh, Jaden goes a little bit wide there. Who is going to win this race? Cody Lawrence, your open wheel champion. in CMRSC, who's dominated everything with open fenders. But now he's got some work to do. Jaden Harrison is no stranger in CMRSC and in the sim world. And he's going to want to add an Indy 500 trophy and a ring and a glass of milk to his collection here. Can he get it done? That's the big question here. As this pack saying single file, the top 3 together. And could be the top 3 to watch out for the very end. 24 laps left to go. And you see Cody backing up the pack here. Whoa! Very cool, even touches the wall. Jaden Harrison tapping the wall there, and that's the dirty air playing a big part. And there you see Jaden Harrison backing up Keimani as well. Top 3 so close together. Keep an eye on the gap for 4th to 3rd, 3.5 seconds. As these guys continue to save fuel, the guys behind are going to be pushing. They are going to want to catch up to this pack, as this is where you want to be, fighting for the race win. 23 laps to go. We're going to get to 22. They can potentially increase this pace just a bit more. You have the likes of this pack right here, Giuseppe, sticking very close together. Meanwhile, behind them, on board with Jaden Harrison, he's got Keimani for company here. Battle for 2nd. And still holding on to the fuel number here. Keimani, look to the inside there. He's going to be slowly watching the understeer. The dirty air so bad around here. You get offline, it is over. Look at the run there. Keimani, he's just inching up closely. Goes into 1. Lots of lift there. Fifth gear for him. Front straight. Back straight. Apologies there. Into 3. A little bit of that gap. 2.5 still behind. And these 3 still sticking close with each other. And oh, look at that. Keimani wanted to get the move done on Jaden Harrison. Jaden said no way. Remember, Keimani has a lap better on fuel. So he's going to want to get a move on. He can be aggressive here, but Jaden Harrison is not going to let it slide. But maybe, just maybe, a little mistake like that could cost him. He doesn't let go of this place, though. And you see Keimani just having to shift down to hold on to the car and make sure it does not drive up. 19 laps left to go. Still anyone's game. Still anyone's game here for this top 3. And look at P4. 1.3. That's exactly what I was talking about. The more they fuel save, the more they back each other up. The more they back each other up, you can even find P5 and P6 entering this fight. 1.1. And the number 9. Catching up now, the Brazilian, Gabriel Corrado, catching up fast. And you can see on the minimap as they head out of 1, it's tight. There's Giuseppe, lap car here. He can hold on to the lead lap if he wants to, but I think Cody's going to be firmly sticking behind. Maybe not. No, he goes for it. Cody Lawrence, does he have the fuel to the end? Or is there going to be late drama with a pit stop? This could get tight. Jaden Harrison next to overtake Giuseppe. He does so. And that gap between Keimani and Jaden has been brought up 1.4. Meanwhile, side by side here, Mike Wynn, Louise, Saucemeyer, whoa! Very close there, but still keeping it alive. Into 3, and Mike Wynn just losing some ground there. Meanwhile, at the front, Jaden Harrison back all over the rear, and also Keimani now next to overtake Giuseppe. Keep an eye on this man here, Gabriel Prado. He's coming up as we're about to enter the final 15 laps of this Indy Virtual. So much chaos, a lot of crashes, but well, I expected that one. Expected a lot of drama in this one, that's for sure. A lot of drivers making mistakes, causing pileups. Keimani up the inside of Giuseppe. He's gone through. Now Gabriel's got to find a way past if he wants to stick to Keimani, because Keimani has lost a lot of time. That could be his potential first race win down and gone. Gabriel Prado will finally get the move done on Giuseppe. But back at the front here, it's going to be a dogfight. An absolute dogfight to the very end. With Jaden Harrison and Cody Lawrence. Next up the road, Christian Ramau. P10. But here we go. This is it. And Jaden Harrison, what is he thinking about? He's been in these situations before. He has been in situations fighting for championships, fighting for race wins. He's all too familiar with this scene here. So what goes down here? Oh, Jaden a little bit up wide there. Cody Lawrence, I'll tell you this much. I don't believe he's had a sparring partner with Jaden all practice week long. Maybe a couple of run-intos, but they don't know each other's dynamic in racing. So how's this one gonna play out? If I know anything about Cody Lawrence, he's gonna be playing that arrow washing game like we saw back in Montreal against Adam. Next week out, we're back to Formula 4, and it's round 3 for the Turkish Grand Prix at Istanbul Park. It's a race you don't want to miss out. Meanwhile, Keimani, 9/10 behind this fight. Both of them on a fuel number. Both of them trying to make it to the end. Into 4. We're counting it down. Haven't felt like this since we've had our 2023 Indy 500 Virtual. A photo finish between Danny Nasseir and, that's pit road for Kirill. He couldn't make it on the fuel. It was Danny Nasseir, Dylan Moranti, and Luca Andretta who won that race. Before that, it was dominant performance from Justin Nasseir in 2022's Indy 500 Virtual in the first ever. Now in the third. You got to imagine, this is an important one to win. For a sim racer like yourself, getting in on this action, qualifying, surviving the carnage. To the end here, trouble! Oh, that's trouble for Jaden Harrison! And he's in the pits! And his race is over with! Jaden, I think he tapped the wall, but his race is done. And we're down to 2. With 10 laps left to go, and Keimani has the chance. Gabriel Prado also not too far behind. That is shocking there. Jaden, I was watching him. He got very close to the wall. His race is done. With 10 to go. That's a heartbreaker for the Jamaican, and he's gone. Could have been the favorite there to win, but now down to Keimani, who has had experience fighting against Cody Lawrence. They've met with each other a couple of times through the Formula 4 Sprint Championship, and Keimani, well, he should have a livery here, but it wasn't applied. Honestly, we didn't see that. It was his livery that he had sent in. There was a lot of liveries sent in, but unfortunately his was missed out. But look at the one he's using anyways. Alex Palou. And, well, if you remember last year's Indy, you knew how that went down. And even though this year it didn't go well for the number 10 machine in the real world, can history change here today? Lewis Walker in pit road. Fuel couldn't make it. It's a splash and dash for the Scotsman. Four tenths the difference. 8 laps remaining. Can Cody make it on fuel? Crossing over the yard of bricks for the 7 to go. There's Lewis Walker on pit exit. Rejoins the action. And there you see Gabriel, who's been pushing. I want to know his fuel number. He pitted the same time as Cody Lawrence. So we'll get a good idea. But can Cody make it on fuel? It's going to feel like the Indy 500 where Alexander Rossi won it almost 10 years ago, I think it was. Another driver entering into pit road there. And that's Christian Ramau. So fuel, very tight. Very tight here. Side by side with Kirill and Lewis Walker. And whoa! Very close together. There's Gabriel still trying to hunt, and he's desperately trying to enter up to this fight here. With this one coming to the very end. Now 5 laps. And now, this is where it gets intense. And like I said last week, it's a mental game. How do you navigate this one? And I think Cody Lawrence just turned up the battery. The gap is up. 6 tenths. And Keimani's in trouble from Gabriel behind. He'll be keeping him for company. Cody Lawrence has dominated it. And all he has to worry about is fuel. Gabriel, though, is going to want to make a move as soon as he can. When he'll be able to do it, we don't know. Can he do it? That's another question. As for Cody Lawrence, though, he's got the 6/10 gap. He has a fuel number. He's got a bit of slipstream he's holding on to ahead of him. Pulling him along. What are you thinking for Keimani, maybe? Is he holding on to the battery? Remember, he hit a lap later, so therefore he's got the better fuel mileage. But has that advantage run up, trying to catch up to Cody and Jaden Harrison. 3 to go. And it's still anyone's game out here. 5 tenths. And Lawrence, has he backed off a bit up the road? That is Pedro. And that's going to be what Cody needs if he can make it to the end. A bit of a slipstream, a bit of a tow. And if he can split himself from P1 to P2. This could be huge, and that's exactly what he's going to do. 2 laps to go. Cody into 1. And he's got a split. He has got a car between him and Keimani. Keimani's going to have to get the launch out of 2. He's going to do so. Gap is 8/10. But has Cody done everything? He's got Evan Steinberg ahead. Rounding out the final corner. And this is it. 1 lap to go. And Cody's got 4 corners to win at Indy. Keimani needs a miracle. An absolute miracle if he wants to win this one. And looks like Cody's got a bit of a toe there. From Evan Steinberg, and that might be exactly what he needs. It feels like Indy 2025 where Palou did it. Cody Lawrence. I hope you're not tired of him winning. Because he's done it again. Cody Lawrence wins the Indy 500 virtual. A chaotic one to say the least. Keimani in second. Gabriel Prado P3. Cody Lawrence has done it all. And he adds another one to the collection. It's victory at Indy. And the yard of bricks belong to him, and anything that's open wheel belong to Cody Lawrence. Victory here. And that's the Indy 500 complete. A lot of drivers retiring out of this one. We saw restarts where everyone killed themselves. And we don't exactly know what went down there. What we do know is that a race winner is a driver who has dominated, who has put in some of the most laps all week long. And he takes victory here at Indy. Cody Lawrence on top. Here at the 500. Donuts? Anybody? Let's get them underway. Wow, what a run there. Cody Lawrence blows out the tires. He doesn't need them anymore. The Firestones have done their job. He wins at Indy. What a run. What a run.
Oh, holding a raffle. There's lots of prizes up for grabs apparently, and all the money goes to a good cause. They've also got hats, t-shirts, and missions.
All right, there you go. There it is. A long week of practice coming down to the very end. And for those who survived the chaos that ensued, that was a race. That was a race indeed. Let's talk about it. If you want to stick around, you can for the lounge chat where we can have the discussion about the race. There was a lot of carnage that did go down, but let's talk about how that one went for our top 3 as we start off with our race winner. And, well, not a stranger to the top, Cody Lawrence. You pick it up here at Indy. Another trophy for the cabinet, but maybe a special part in the cabinet. Here at the Indy 500, you take victory here in a dominant performance as per usual, but take us through that one.
Well, we get quite a turnout for G-Effect races, ladies and gentlemen, and that's really something, because the best grip drivers come from all over the place. I hope I'm not getting anyone in trouble either, but I know for a fact that there are several drivers in today's lineup who are actually not legally allowed behind the wheel of a car at all. A few of these guys are risking quite a bit by even being here. It has made for some exciting races though, so mum's the word, and I'll say nothing else either.
Maybe a lot to improve for sure, and a bit of a shame we couldn't have more drivers finishing at the line, but you still showed out, you put in the laps, and you put in the effort, and you take victory. Cody, congratulations for that one, and yeah, for sure. And I think oval racing deserves maybe a bit more chances than just Indy, but we'll find out in the future, though. But congratulations, P1 for you. Well, we'll find out. Can't wait for it if you do. Thank you. That's P1. Let's talk to our driver who finishes up in the runner-up spot, Keimani. What an effort there. A very tough one to the very end. You finish up second place. How was that race for you?
I needed to push because I saw that Jaden and Cody were fuel saving, so I feel like if there was an opportunity there for me to get first, it would have been there, but I just couldn't get it done, so I'm happy to come home in second still.
Well, it was a very, very tough one to the very end, especially with those last couple of laps, lap traffic especially helping out Cody. One of the interesting parts of that race, that final pit stop, you pitting a lap later, having better fuel mileage, did you feel like that was the one to potentially have you that race win as you were setting up that strategy?
Yeah, after I saw that if I just set my turbo down a little bit, I could go one extra lap. I knew that after that, turbo to 100%, just push. I thought it would get it there, but I couldn't get it done. But that was really where I thought I had a chance to win this race.
Yeah, it was a solid effort from you, man. But still very happy to have you with us. Cody, if you're still here with us, let me grab you back up here. I think we had some technical difficulties onto the stream and have both of you up here. Cody, I mean, racing Keimani out here. I know both of you guys have been practicing a lot throughout the week, putting in a lot of laps together and separately by yourselves. I mean, take us through the dynamic racing between each other and, of course, like that whole race.
Wait, this is the first time you pulled me up here, clearly.
Really?
We did talk before.
Oh, we did it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. No, I mean, dirty air is a beast at Indianapolis. That's why there's 2 weeks of practice in real life. They balance the cars so that they can always follow as well as they can. So it's always that dynamic has always been really interesting to me. So having people like Keimani to practice with and kind of figuring out what the car does in a lot of different scenarios, that's what preps you for the beast that the Indianapolis 500 is. So I appreciate Keimani willing to spend some time practicing the dirty air and figuring out what the car will do in those situations, because that's what gets you to the end of these races to compete for wins. So thank you to Keimani for doing that. And I mean, for me, that knowledge base is huge. You just understand every possible scenario or as many possible scenarios as you can. It's like I said, it's a very interesting dynamic. That's why I enjoy oval racing so much, because it is so unique and you can do so many different things, whether it's IndyCar or oval. There's so many different things you could do on oval side. So it's, like I said, it's such a unique beast. It's really enjoyable. I hope this is like a segue for maybe we do more oval racing in the future here, because I think it'd be super fun. Potentially,
yeah. Like what we had here was some great racing. It was a lot of fun. I think, yeah, the only thing that really caused everyone to be taken out was mainly the restarts. Of course, you had that issue where cars bouncing off the wall, but to be fair, in the real world, if you tap the wall, your suspension's gone, and you're considered lucky, even if you do brush the wall barely. So maybe NASCAR, maybe something like that, who knows? But overall, though, I mean, like, practice week has been absolutely incredible. But yeah, a lot of fun there. Any closing words any of you guys like to make?
If you'd like to,
no,
go ahead.
Just congratulations to Cody. That's about all I have to say. Congrats.
And congrats
and
to
thank
Keimani
you for
as well.
And thank you for helping me actually qualify for the race the night before. That definitely helped a lot.
Toe laps were a beast.
Yeah.
You should have been there if you're still here on stream. For people who are listening, getting into the Fast 33 was a beast in of itself. You could not do it on a single car run, so it forced you to get out there in pack racing. That dynamic was very interesting. There was a lot of people sweating it till the end, trying to make it on a big toe lap. So that was also a very unique challenge that we ran into. It was actually quite interesting to witness.
Yeah, definitely was for sure. Maybe there's one more bit of oval racing sometime in the future, but as of now, let's go back to the circuits and let's hope that people don't bounce off walls and pass away, and rest in peace to those who did fly over the catchments from this one.
Freedom 100 with the F4 car? Who says no?
I mean, I don't hear anybody else saying no. All right, I'll let you guys go now, and I'll go end off the stream. But yeah, for you guys, for everybody in the audience and watching the stream, an incredible one, to say the least. Maybe we could have had more drivers finishing up to the very end, but, you know, maybe things are meant to happen with some of these incidents. I mean, it is ovals. It's not that easy at all, and the dirty air was a big part of racing. But yeah, maybe there may be some more ovals in the future. But congratulations to our winner here, Cody Kaimani P2. We don't have our P3 driver here, Gabriel Prado. He is your third place finisher. I'll send you guys back down to the audience. And that's going to do it. That is going to do it here. Next week, it's back to Formula 4 and your regular scheduled programming. Istanbul Park, and then it's Silverstone for the finale. The session will be up very soon. If you want to have a chat about the race, we're happy to do so in the lounge, but we're going to get back to going here. And yeah, that was our little fun one aside, and now we go back to regular championship racing. But thank you for making this one possible with some incredible action. So that's going to do it here for Indy. And what a race that is. Do we have maybe no, I don't see him. I thought Evan asked for an interview there. I don't see him in there anymore. Folks, we'll see you next week. That was a long one. Doesn't feel as long as you may expect, but still a great one. Thank you so much for tuning out to this one, tuning in, and we'll see you next week to Istanbul Park, the Turkish Grand Prix for Formula 4.